Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Journey, and today I'm going to be talking about my 26 books I want to read in 2026, aka my 2026 TBR. But if you know, you know, I am a mood reader, so we also could call this my 2026 hopeful list, because these are the books I really hope to read this year. If I don't, it's okay, but I think I can do it. I did do this last year, and I did 25 books I want to read in 2025. I'll link that video below. I did end up reading about 12 or 13 books out of the 25 books, which is about half. So applause, applause, applause. I'm very proud of myself, especially because I am a mood reader. It's really hard for me to stick to a TBR. So for me to get half of those books read, as y'all already know, if you saw my reading goals for this year, I am in a competition with myself, okay, with 2025 Journey. So hopefully I read more than 13 books on this list. Anyways, y'all know I can yap, so sit back, relax, grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's get into these books. First things first. I have a Alani Cherry Bomb. I actually have not tasted this. It's been in my fridge for literally like a month. I'm scared because one of my friends tried it and I don't think she liked it. So we'll see. Ooh, I like it. That's good. That's good to me. All right, let's get it popping. All right, so kicking off the list, I have The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. So this book is about Hola, and she is a young Black girl who prays every day for beauty. And she's mocked by people because of this. She yearns for blonde hair and blue eyes because she thinks that will let her fit in. And it says her life slowly starts to disintegrate in the face of adversity and strife. Toni Morrison's first novel asks powerful questions about race, class, and gender with the subtlety and grace that has always characterized her writing. That sounds amazing. Why it's on this list is because I really want to get into Toni Morrison's writing. I've heard that this is the best book to start with. I think that people recommend to go based off of the dates that her books are published. And this is her first novel published, so that's the way that I'm going. I feel like this is going to be a book that is going to be really hard for me to understand, and that's not going to be Toni Morrison's fault. I think that her writing is writing that you can't just like breeze through. I think that it's writing that you have to sit with and really think about, and I can't just breeze through it. So I think that I am going to probably immersive read this and just take my time with it. So this might be a book that I start in like April and I'll just read it throughout the whole year, because I really think that I'm going to have to just continuously come back to it. Also, I'm super pumped because Toni Morrison is a new to me author. I've never read anything by her. I have read probably poems and stuff like that, but and like maybe like a short story, but never actually like one of her books. I'm super, super pumped to finally read a book by her. Next up is Score by Kennedy Ryan. This is the second book in the Hollywood Renaissance series that she has going on. The first book is Real, which was not my favorite book by her. I think the issue is that I read it when everyone says that you should listen to the audiobook. So I learned my lesson. I'm gonna wait and read the audiobook for this book. It does not release until May 19th, which is a little ways away, but I'm super, super excited about this book. This book follows Verity and Wright. They were mentioned in the first book. I actually am blanking on what they were in the first book to the main characters, but either way, they were like college sweethearts and they broke up and now they're pulled back together. It's giving second chance romance. I don't know how I'm going to like this because I cannot remember if I liked them in the first book. I don't think they were in the first book a lot, but I didn't necessarily like anybody in the first book, so I'm just a little nervous. They are pulled back together in this book because they are having to work together on a movie. And I'm really excited for this book because I think that I'm going to like it, hopefully. And it's Kennedy Ryan. How could you not like Kennedy Ryan? So yeah. Now I have Daggermouth by H.M. Wolf. So this book, this book has been everywhere. It's on booktube, it's on book talk, it's on booksta, it is on book threads, like it is everywhere. Okay, there's been some controversy with it. Like, I just need to read this book because the FOMO is crazy. All right, everyone is saying that it's so good. I've only seen 4 and 5-star reviews for this book, so I'm really excited to read this. When will I get to it? I don't know. But I do want to do a reading vlog for it, so that's what I'm planning around. So hopefully I get to it soon. What this book is about, I honestly can't really tell y'all. I honestly don't really know. It's about Vera, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and Grayson, and it's set like in a dystopian type of era. He's like the president's son. She's like from the wrong side of the tracks is what I'm getting from the description. And she has to marry him for some reason. And they are like fighting the same cause, but they hate each other. So yeah, that makes like no sense. But I am just trying to give you a brief description. If you want to know more, go look it up. That's all I gotta tell you. Next up, The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. So I actually have started this book. I am actually a lot farther than this bookmark says I am. I think like right now it looks like I'm about like maybe like 20% way through. I think I'm actually about 50% way through. I was immersively reading this. So I had the audiobook and I was reading it physically. And the audiobook has been sent back to Libby like 5 times at this point. Something happened in the book and it just threw me all out of sorts and I just like cannot get past it. It's like a mental block, but I definitely want to finish it this year. And I also started a reading vlog for it. Mind y'all, this was back in November. I started reading this book back in November. So I don't know if I need to restart the book or what am I gonna do, but yeah. The Nightingale is about 2 sisters in France in World War II, and the town that they are from is German occupied. And it's kind of like one sister is for the resistance, one sister is just trying to survive. Okay, her husband got sent off to war. It's a lot. And so it's just the story of the 2 sisters and the 2 different lives that they are living right now during this crazy, crazy time. I can't imagine going through war like this and it hitting so close to home. So I'm learning a lot because this is historical fiction, but obviously Kristen Hanna has done her homework. So it is definitely real stuff happening in here. Yeah, so hopefully I finish it this year because this was actually on my list for last year and I didn't get to it, but I started it. So a win is a win and I'm gonna hope that I finish it this year. Up next is another book that was on my list for last year that I didn't get to, but I tried. And so I have it on my list this year because I really want to get to it. And that is The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. Okay, so this book, it says that it is an empowering book for aspiring and working artists. Basically, it's supposed to help you recover your creativity from a variety of blocks, including replacing them with artistic confidence and productivity. So basically, it's just supposed to help you like be more comfortable as an artist and kind of like anything that you're trying to do and just kind of build you up as an artist. Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense, y'all. I've heard amazing things about this. I've had this book for years and I say this all the time when I talk about this book. I really want to be in my YouTube bag and just like posting consistently and having a clear plan for my booktube. And I feel like this will really help me. And I think what I need to do is immersively read it. So I actually used a credit on Audible for this book. And so I'm going to start it soon because it's like a 6-week course kind of deal. And yeah, if you've read this, please let me know if it worked for you, if it didn't work for you, like what's the deal. But I'm getting to this year, like for sure. Now I have The Family Plot by Megan Collins. So this book is on this list because this is the oldest book on my want to read shelf on Goodreads. That shelf currently has like 800 books. on there. My ever-growing TBR. But I added this 3 years ago. And I think that's kind of crazy because I honestly can't tell you like where this rec came from. Never read a book by this author. Don't really know anything about this author at all. Like I don't know where this rec came from for me to add it. But nonetheless, I want to get it off the TBR because it's been there for 3 years. Okay? All right, so this book is about Dahlia. Her parents are true crime obsessed. They raised her and her siblings out like in the middle of nowhere. Okay, they all have either famous murderers' names or like famous true crime cases. Example, her name is Dahlia from the Black Dahlia. Her brother's name is Andy, and her other brother's name is Charlie, I think. And so anyways, her and her brother Andy are twins. When they turn 16, Andy goes missing. No one knows where he goes. Everyone thinks he just ran away. Anyways, Dahlia is like really sick over this. This is her sibling, her twin, and he's gone. That's not like him. Anyways, 10 years later, her dad dies. And so she goes back home because she moved away, of course. They're trying to bury her dad and they open up the plot and Andy is in the ground, dead for the past 10 years. Now, who killed Andy? Hello? And why? And why? So this is a very interesting synopsis and I'm ready to read it. I did download it and tried to read it a couple months ago, but it just wasn't really working for me. So I hope to read this soon because I think I'm going to like it, but I don't think it's going to be like a thriller that I really highly rate. I'm not going in with any expectations. I'm just wanting to read it. So hopefully I like it and we need to figure out who killed Andy and why. Like, what's the deal? Next up, I want to read Capri by Jacquel J. So I am so nervous to read Capri, which is why I have not read her yet. I finished Capone and Capadonna very quickly. I like flew through those books and I enjoyed both of them thoroughly. Capadonna is not my favorite, but it's whatever. I really, really enjoyed Capone's books. Now, Capri, I loved her throughout both of those series. I loved her down and I still love her, which is why I'm nervous to read her books because I don't know if I'm going to like her after I read her books, and I don't want that to happen. Capri is the third sibling of the Delgado siblings. There's Capone, Capadonna, and Capri. And so you should read Capone and Capadonna before getting to Capri, all right, in the Jacquel universe system scenario, okay? And so Capri's book and like her series, because it's like Capri 1.5, Capri 2, Capri 3, like it's like a whole thing. Anyways, this book is all about Capri and kind of like her life with the main male character. I'm forgetting his name, but he's like a gangster biker dude and he's in the Infernal Gods gang and just, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, y'all. And I can't really explain more than that because that's really all I know. Anyways, I want to read it. I'm nervous to read it, but I'm excited to read it. I love Jacquel J. I love her writing. I think she is such a great storyteller. And yeah, I just hope I like it. Now I have Outdrawn by Deanna Gray. First of all, let's get into this cover. It is so beautiful. It's so cute. I'm obsessed. So this is an FF romance. Is that how you say it? Because I know a male romance is MM, so I'm assuming that this is FF. Anyways, and it's Black FF. So yeah, let's get into it. Y'all, I kind of love same-sex romances. I don't know why. I've only read one so far, and it was MM, but I really like it. So I have this on the list because I want to get into some FF romances, also some Black FF romances. So I love that. This is about Noah and Sage, and it says a rivals to lovers romance. So Noah and Sage were enemies in like college for some reason. I don't know. Okay, and they're both artists and they are working on this comic together, but they were like enemies in college and they're like battling each other out to figure out who's going to be like the best artist for the comic. I don't know, something like that. But anyways, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be good. I haven't really heard anything about this book. Also, this is a new to me author, so that's really cool. And yeah, I'm just excited to read it. I think it's gonna be good. And that's all. Next up, I have Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Y'all. I'm pretty sure this was on my list for last year also. I can't remember for certain, but I got this the day that it was released. Okay, I did a Target pickup and everything, and I got it. Got a little special edition. Like, look how cute this is. Look how cute this is. So cute. And then I never read it because the reviews are scaring me, y'all. The reviews are scaring me. Also, what's crazy enough is that the second book in the series just came out this week. And I feel like it made no noise because everybody is like super over this book that they don't want to read the second book. Basically, this is about Xavier and Samantha, and they had like a one-night stand or something like that. Or a one-night stand date. They didn't like hook up. They just had like a really long date. But then they're going through some stuff in their personal life, but somehow they come back together, of course. And a lot of people said that it was kind of cringe because she included a lot of like TikTok references or something like that. And then also people said it was a lot of not romance incorporated. It really felt like the romance was a subplot of the book because of whatever the FMC has going on. So I'm just nervous because I love Abby. I love Abby. And I know I already said that you don't have to love like, you know, every book from your favorite author, but I want to love this. So I'm like, if I just don't read it, then I don't have to figure out if I like it or hate it. But I want to read it because I do want to just read it. It's on my shelf. So yeah, I hope to get to it this year soon. Up next, I have Final Take by Evie Daniels. So if you know, you know, this is an Evie Daniels stan account. Okay, I love her. She's one of my favorite indie authors. I've done 2 reading vlogs for her other 2 books. I got them as e-arcs and I loved them so much. She has such a way with storytelling. She's so hilarious and they're just so fun to read. Also, they're spicy. They're so spicy. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'll link below the reading vlogs for those. This book is coming out in July 7th to be exact. And this is the 3rd book in her Broadcast Hearts series. So I am super pumped for this. This is a book that I have to read this year. And I'm just excited for how the series is evolving. I think there's going to be a total of 6 books in the series, which is crazy because I'm not someone that likes long series. Usually I would not keep up with like a book series like this, but I think because she's releasing them, like I'm caught up with the series, she's releasing them pretty fast that it's like making me excited and it makes it easy to kind of like keep up with them. So I love it so, so much. Final Take is about Vanessa, who is a character that has been mentioned throughout both of the other books, and her estranged husband, Sebastian. And I'm really excited because first of all, I know that Evie is going to like turn it up in this book. Her last book had a bunch of crazy twists at the end, and I feel like she's going to crank it up a notch with this book. So I'm excited about that. Also, I'm just really excited to hear Vanessa's story. We've seen like glimpses of her in the previous stories and like you can just tell that there is a story there, okay? Vanessa and Sebastian have been going through these really crazy issues and their marriage is on the brink of divorce, okay? What those issues are, I don't really know. I can't really remember if we have like talked about it in previous books, but I don't think so. And so basically this book is trying to see like, will they, won't they like get back together? Are they going to divorce? Like, so I'm excited to hear their story and see what happens. Next up is The 7 Daughters of Dupri by Nikisha Elise Williams. So first and foremost, I have the same middle name as Nikisha. My middle name is Elise, and so I'm already connected to her in that way. I just had to say that. This book is about the 7 generations of Dupri women from 1917 to 1995, I believe, is the time period that this book spans over. And it's about the one woman in that generation as it goes along. So first and foremost, I am obsessed with multi-generational books. Like I really think that's like my favorite type of book apparently because I eat it up every single time. And specifically when it comes to like Black women and Black people, there is something so beautiful about seeing these stories between the generation of women because now that I'm a mom, I'm just thinking about all of the mothers in my family and previous generations before me, and I just wish that I could hear their stories so badly. I don't have my grandma. She's passed away. I've never met my great grandma or my great great grandma or anything like that. So I only have my mom. And so I can hear her stories and things like that, but I just wish that I could talk to the other women in my family from generations ago, you know? And I feel like getting to read a story like this, I'm kind of healing that part of me that doesn't get that. And then also I think that it brings up conversations and questions and kind of realizations that you maybe would not have come to on your own. And I love it. I love it so much. I'm super excited to read this book. I'm reading it this year for sure. This is like one of my anticipated reads of the year. I've heard nothing but great things about this book. I'm so excited to read the story of the Dupri women and see what their life stories are all about. Next up, I have Lemon Pepper, Where Love and Grief Meet by Nina. So I have not read a book by Nina, and I've been wanting to get into her catalog. This seems to be the book that a lot of people start with. Also, it seems to be like one of her most heaviest books. So that seems like a crazy way to like start her catalog. But anyways, I'm excited because I've heard nothing but great things about her and her writing and her ability to kind of like pull you into the story. So I'm super, super excited about that. Nina is a indie author, so I love, love, love reading indie authors. And yeah, this is about the FMC and the MMC, who I don't know their names because that's not in the book description on Goodreads. But they meet each other under very unlikely and unfortunate circumstances, I think, and a love blooms, and this is their story of like their relationship and how they get through it. And I think a lot of stuff happens in this book. I think that it's very triggering to some people, maybe to me. I don't know. I haven't read it, so we'll see if I like it. I hope I do. I think I will. Also, I hope that there is a reasoning in the book as to why it's called Lemon Pepper, because I think that's such an interesting title for a book. Now on the list, I have The Secret World of Maggie Gray by Granger. This book is the first book in the Drew Collins series. I believe it is a series of 5 books. And this is about Maggie Gray, who is like at this fictional HBCU. And we have witches, we have magic, we have a lot of things going on here, okay? Let me just read the book description to you because it's very intriguing and I'm so excited to read this book. It's been on my list for quite some time. I actually have the whole series on my Kindle. I just need to read it. But I've heard nothing but great things, and I also really have been wanting to read Granger. I feel like I really will like their writing, and I'm just excited to dive into this because check out this description. A vampire, a witch, and a siren get accepted into a magical HBCU. The rest I am not allowed to say, but just know there is a talking cat named Quan, a few murders that went cold, and a world that is just below our feet. Like, sign me up. I'm intrigued because what? Yeah. What I did here also is that there's a lot of different POVs and there's a lot of characters to keep up with. So I'm kind of nervous about that because that's a lot for my brain to to be doing, to be figuring out. But I think it'll be okay, and I think it'll be really good to read. I think I might do an immersive read. And yeah, that's all. I'm just excited to dive into The Secret World of Maggie Gray. Up next, I have Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. I'm pretty sure this book was on my list last year also. And I still haven't read it. I literally got this almost a year ago. I got it for myself as a Mother's Day present, and I haven't read it yet. I don't know why. Probably because it's just kind of nerve-wracking. It's a dark romance, and it's like a stalker romance. It's about Allie, and she follows Josh, who like makes videos online. He's like an online persona, and he wears a mask online. So Allie doesn't know who Josh is in real life. But yeah, they have like some crazy fantasies is what I'm reading. But someone starts stalking Allie, and Josh tries to figure out who it is and tries to protect her. Yeah, so it's a dark romance. Have I read a dark romance? I don't think I've read. I think actually I have read a dark romance. Anyways, I just want to read it. Okay, I want to get it off my shelf. I've heard really great things about it, and I think that I will like it once I read it. So everybody say, Journey, read Lights Out. Thank you. I will read it soon. Up next, I have The Defense by Steve Kavanaugh. So I love Steve Kavanaugh. I've read a couple of his books already, but he knows what he's doing. He's a damn good author, okay? This is the first book in the Eddie Flynn series. I accidentally read like the 8th book, which is 50/50. And I got it on NetGalley, but I didn't realize that it was a re-release, first of all, and I didn't realize that it was a part of a series. So I love his writing. I think he's awesome, and I really want to tap into the Eddie Flynn series since I already read one of the other books. So I was like, let me start off with the first book in the series, which is The Defense. So in this book, we meet Eddie Flynn. We kind of figure out who he is, what he's about. He was a criminal, but now he's a lawyer, okay? So that's cool. In this book, Eddie has to defend a mafia boss who has strapped a bomb to him and kidnapped his daughter. He has to defend this guy, okay, and get him off and try to figure out who actually committed whatever happened. So in true Eddie Flynn fashion, this sounds like it's going to be a page turner. It sounds crazy. I'm just excited to finally read more about Eddie and get to know him a little bit more, and to just read Steve Kavanaugh because he's just a genius when it comes to thrillers. Now on the list, I have Decent People by Deshawn Charles Winslow. So this book I got in a book outlet order last year, I think, and it's very interesting. I've never read this author or really heard anything about him or this book, so I'm very, very intrigued. And it's about Josephine and Olympus, who are childhood sweethearts. And Josephine is in New York City, but she moves back to her hometown in North Carolina called West Mills to marry Olympus, right? But mind you, this is set in 1976, FYI. There are 3 siblings, okay, who are found shot to death in their home. What? And everybody's like, who killed these people? Who killed these siblings? Turns out Olympus is their half sibling. And now we got a case of who did what, and he is the prime suspect. All right. So yeah, I'm very excited to figure out who killed those siblings and why. Why no one knew that Olympus was their half sibling. Like, I have so many questions, but I think I'm going to like this. I just need to start it. I think it'll be good though. And I think it's definitely going to like keep me on my toes. On the list next is Change of Plans by Sarah Dessen. So if you guys did not know, I am a huge Sarah Dessen fan. I love her down. Okay, check it. Check it. I met her way back when. All right, this is like my senior or junior year of high school at like a book tour stop in Durham, North Carolina. I'm from Durham, North Carolina. She's from Chapel Hill. She lives in Chapel Hill. Those are like 15 minutes away. Okay, we're locked in my mind. Okay, I love her down. I just love her so much. But I read all of her books when I was in high school. And so I'm super excited that she's releasing a new book now that I'm like back into reading, and I get to read it and rate it and just talk to you guys about it. Like, oh, this is just like the coolest thing. I'm so pumped. This is releasing May 5th, so it's coming up kind of quick, and I'm just super pumped about it. This book is about Finley, who finds out that her distant mom has a vacation home like on the beach in a beach town. So she spends the summer in this small town with her cousins and her other family, her aunts and uncles and stuff like that. And she's like, a whole new world has opened. Okay. She does have a boyfriend named Colin, but he's back home for the summer. Okay. And then she meets Ben in the beach city. And so I think this story is just about Finley like figuring out what she wants in her life for like the first time ever, and being able to actually have the chance to choose and step out of her own shell. So I'm excited. I think I've said that like 500 times, but I just can't explain it anymore. It's just, I'm super pumped to read this. I think it's gonna be really awesome and really good. This is YA, as most, if not all, of Sarah Dessen's books are. So I'm excited to read it, but I am going to just go in with low expectations. Okay, same thing with the other YA book on this list. I think the issue is I go into YA with so high expectations, which I don't need to do because they're kids. So the expectations are low, very low, but like no tea, no shade. I'm just going in wanting to enjoy it. And I think with that thought process, I'll enjoy YA more. Now on the list, I have Red Rising by Pierce Brown. What this book is about, I don't really know, but I'm excited to read it because I've heard great things. Okay, I think it's like sci-fi dystopian. Darrow is the main character, it says his wife taken, his people enslaved, driven by a longing for justice and the memory of lost love. Darrow will stop at nothing to bring down his enemies, even if he must become one of them to do so. For the first time, Red will rise. That sounds crazy. And it sounds like Darrow is about to get some shit poppin'. This is the first book in the Red Rising trilogy. I think it's going to be good. I'm excited to tap into dystopian and sci-fi vibes because I don't think I have any other books like that on my TBR this year yet. Maybe. Up next, I have Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So, y'all know I am a TJR fan. I love her down. I haven't read a book by her in a while. I read Daisy Jones and the Six a little bit ago, and it wasn't my favorite, which sucks because I thought I was gonna love it, but I don't know. It just fell flat for me, which is okay. That's fine. Like I've said before, I don't have to love every book by my favorite author, but I'm very excited for this book because I think this is a FF romance as well. It is about the main character, Joan, and kind of she is going to end up being one of the first women to like get up into space. And she eventually meets Vanessa, okay? And I think that is who she ends up connecting with. And she's an engineer who is going to like go up into space with her. She's on like the flight team. Okay. Anyways, I've heard really great things about this book and I'm just excited to read it. I think that it's going to be good and it's going to just tell a different type of story. And like I said earlier, I'm excited to read some more FF romances. Next up on the list, I have The Getaway by Lamar Giles. So this is a YA book. I don't really like YA. You already know, but I'm tapping into them, okay? I'm trying to get with them, okay? So I got this last year at the Resist Bookstore Book Festival, and I'm really excited to read it because it sounds really interesting. It's a thriller of some sorts. It is about Jay, who is working at one of the most famous resorts that's like in his town, and he's having a great time, living the best life. But then all of a sudden, his like BFF and her family disappear in the middle of the night. And he's like, what's going on? That's not normal. And then the most richest and powerful families start moving into the resort. And so he's working at the resort, his family's working at the resort, and it just seems like a lot of changing is going on and he's not really sure what's the deal. And so Jay and his like remaining friends and family just try to figure out what the heck is going on and like trying to get to the bottom of the disappearances, why they have to work so hard for these people and this, that, and the third. So yeah, I'm super excited. This cover is like spooky. Okay, it's giving Purge. It's giving Purge. Interesting. Maybe that's like a clue. But yeah, that's all I got about this book. I'm excited to read it because it's YA. I've heard really great things about this book. And yeah. Up next is one of my anticipated releases of the year. We have The Burning Side by Sarah DeMoff. So this releases May 19th and I am so excited. If you know, you know, I absolutely loved her debut novel, which is The Bright Years. I rated that 6 stars, which I have like never done before. I've only ever rated one other book 6 stars and that was Razor Blade Tears by S.A. Cosby. Like those two books are like perfect for me. I love them so much. So I'm so excited that Sarah is coming out with another book this year. This book follows April and Leo, who are trying to rebuild their lives and their marriage when their house burns to the ground. Okay, they have 2 young kids and they ended up moving back into April's like family home, I believe, with her parents. Her dad has Alzheimer's. Her mom is like spread really thin, trying to figure everything out. And stuff comes into play that has been bubbling under the surface for a very, very long time. I love Sarah's storytelling. I love how she is able to really put you into the story with these people and their family. It really feels like I'm so connected to these characters. And so I'm super, super pumped to read this. I do have the e-arc for this book. I'm so excited. Shout out to the publisher. Thank you, Simon & Schuster. And yeah, I'm gonna read it sometime soon. I definitely wanna do a reading vlog for it. And that's all I got about this book. I'm just super excited. I can't wait. Next up is You Had Me at Hola by Alexis Daria. So this book I'm super excited to read because I actually met Alexis at the National Book Festival last year in Washington, D.C. and she ended up signing this book. Hold on, wait, let me show you guys. How cute is that? It says To Journey. So she was so sweet, and I had actually never heard of her prior to getting this book. I went to the festival with a friend and she has heard of her and she went to get her book signed, and I was like, let me see what it's talking about. And so basically this is a series with 3 cousins, and this is the first in the series, and it is about Jasmine. She's a soap opera actress and she had a very messy public breakup. And so she's actually paired up with Ashton in her soap opera, and he is worried about his career being dead. So this is about them like fake dating, but then it turns into something real. I think that's what I'm getting from it. But either way, I'm excited to read it. I think it's gonna be really good. I've heard really good things about it. I'm excited to read a Latina author. I don't think that I really tap into them like I should. So I definitely want to be more intentional about reading Latina or Latino authors from all different countries. So yeah, I'm super pumped to get into this series and see what the hype is about. Next on my list is Single Black Female by Tracy Brown. So if you don't know, Tracy Brown, another one of my favorite authors. R.I.P. my girl. Gone too soon. I love Tracy Brown's storytelling. I think she is a phenomenal author. Like, I am so upset that I just recently, within the past year, discovered her because she is just so good. And she has such a way with her words and being able to wrap you up in the characters and make you feel like you know these people for real and make you care about them ridiculously, okay? Single Black Female is about 4 friends, and this is set in New York City, I think the 90s, maybe like early 2000s. And basically they're all in 4 different eras of life, and one of the friends has a son and the other friend has a husband who works for the NYPD. ACAB. Anyways, and the son of the one friend has an interaction with the NYPD. And now it's like a trickle down effect of how that looks throughout their friend group and everything. So the back of the book says, a taut, edgy, deftly spun novel about 4 friends grappling with the dramatic twists and turns of life, love, and what it means to make it in America. Like, only Tracy Brown could write a book like that. I'm telling you, only Tracy Brown. So I'm super excited to read this. I want to continue to go down Tracy Brown's backlist and just continue to read more by her. I just love her so much. And so yeah, I'm excited to read this. Next up, I have Sweet Heat by Babu Babalola. So I am super pumped about this book. I'm actually currently reading it. So I guess that's kind of cheating, but not really. I am so pumped about this book. This is the sequel to Honey and Spice, and this is about Kiki and Malachi, who you meet in Honey and Spice, but I think this is a book that you don't have to read Honey and Spice to read Sweet Heat. It's technically the second book, but I've seen a lot of people just read this as a standalone and they absolutely loved it. I'm about 70% way through the book right now. I am obsessed. I love it. It's very grown, very just, it's like everything and more. So this book is about Kiki and Malachi, who did like a whole fake dating thing in Honey and Spice, and then they got together, okay? This book is about them post-breakup because they were together for like 5 years, maybe 6 years after college. Well, they dated throughout college and then also like maybe 5 years after college. And they've broken up. And this is very much second chance romance, okay? You see the two of them, this kind of push and pull thing of kind of will they, won't they type of thing. And it's just so beautifully written. I am obsessed. I'm listening to the audiobook. I just love it so much. I love it so much. Babu has such a amazing way with words. Like, I don't know how she can string these words together and they just feel and sound so eloquent. Like, My mind is literally blown when I'm hearing the descriptions. I'm hearing how Kiki is describing how she's feeling, how the world around her looks, how the food she's eating is making her feel, like everything. It's crazy. It's so nuts, but I'm loving it. I think this is probably going to be a 5-star read for me, and I think everybody should read it. I'm definitely enjoying it, and I'm happy that I have this on my list, and I'm pumped that hopefully Malachi and Kiki get the closure they need. Next up on my list is Mayhem and the Mortal by Shanora Williams. So I'm super excited about this book because I've only read thrillers by Shanora Williams, and I love an author that is not afraid to branch out and do different things. I know that she writes romances, fantasy, thriller, pretty much like everything. And so I'm super excited to read this fantasy by her. This book is about Zaria, who has to like cross over this like hellish nightmare landscape to help find a cure for this curse that I think her sister has or something of that nature, okay? But Thane comes in to be like her guide and protector through this space that she has to get through to get the cure. And so I'm assuming the book is just like their treacherous journey that they have to go on to get this cure. Thane is an assassin and a sorcerer, so like, you know, you got magic and all of that stuff going on in here. And I'm excited to read it. I don't think I have any other fantasy books on this list. It is not my favorite genre, but I'm dipping my toe in. Okay, dipping my toe in, and I think this would be a great book to get started with this year. All right, y'all, last but certainly not least, we have I Got Abducted by Aliens and Now I'm Trapped in a Rom-Com by Kimberly Lemming. So first and foremost, get into the cover. Get into the cover. Like, I'm so obsessed with it. I love it so much. So I have been wanting to read this book or any book by Kimberly Lemming for quite some time. So I was like, I need to add her book to this list. This is a Why Choose. All right. So I don't know if I've read a Why Choose before, but I'm into them. Okay. I want to read some because yeah, why choose? Why would you do that? All right. This is about Dorothy, who is attacked by a lion, but then she's saved and abducted by aliens. And she escapes again, but then she crash lands on an alien planet that has dinosaurs. What? And she ends up getting rescued by this sexy alien named Soul. All right. And so her and Soul are, you know, trucking through trying to figure out where the hell is Dorothy finna go. All right. How's she gonna get back home? And then they run into a dangerous alien named Loke. Now, somehow all three of them get struck by a love dart. All right, and then things start getting frisky. Okay, so I am super pumped to read this. I think it's going to be so hot and steamy and also funny. I feel like this is definitely like a rom-com. Okay, I feel like it's definitely going to be funny, and I need that in a book. I want to be laughing out loud. Okay, you feel me? So yeah, I'm excited to see who Dorothy ends up choosing, because I think they end up choosing somebody, right? But maybe not. I don't know. Well, I'll see. But yeah, I'm so excited to read this. All right, y'all, and those are the 26 books I want to read in 2026. I'm super pumped about all of these because they all sound so good, okay? And I really hope I get through them, especially the physical books, because you know that I'm trying to prioritize them, okay? My bookshelves are getting crazy, all right? They need to get read and get up off of here, all right? Into like a free little library or sell them on Pango or something, but it's too many of them. But I can't get them out until I read them. Okay? All right. If you've read any of these books, let me know. Did you like them? Did you not like them? What's tea? If you want to read any of these books, let me know. Okay? Because I'm always down for a buddy read. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.